Beetlejuice.
Tim Burton's wacky horror comedy Beetlejuice was the kind of film the 80s kids went nuts for.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
And as adults, they still can't get enough of the stripy, devilish ghost.
What do you think of this? You like it?
The screamingly good Beetlejuice musical has been haunting cities all over the States, and now it's our turn.
Oh, this is gonna be so good! What?
The man behind the twisted tale is our own Eddie Perfect, who earned his stripes composing the show.
It's going to be a bit of a wild ride.
And now he's here to celebrate an all-new kind of Beatlemania.
It's showtime.
Please welcome Eddie Perfect! Welcome back to the show. Congratulations, this is great news. What does it mean for you to have this show come into Australia?
Well, it's really, I try not to think about things until they happen. And this morning I was on the way to the announcement and I was quite emotional because, you know, I feel like I sort of ran away to New York to write this show and it was an amazing experience. It was incredibly intense and joyous experience, but it was arduous and hard and long and it happened away from Australia. So to bring the toils back to Australia and you know, I have the very strong sense with Beetlejuice that I didn't have to change any of my sensibility. I was really fortunate to find a project that I could, you know, that they celebrated my weirdness and my very macabre, dark sense of humour.
So in your mind, it looks like that.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Yeah, well,
right.
yeah, that's it. I mean, I was so stoked that, you know, I didn't have to try and be someone I wasn't. And so the whole time in New York, I was like, I think Australians will really like this show. And it wears its heart on its sleeve and it's very much a show about death, but the accidental byproduct is that it's quite life-affirming. Yeah. And, you know, we're all worried about death. We're all going to die. Everyone's going to be, you and
Not
me.
me, I'm dressing up like a mummy every morning.
You're smart. Yeah, it's one of those realities, but we shy away from it. It's a real taboo, and it's been a pleasure adapting Tim Burton's incredible work and kind of building out that incredible world. And it was a real surprise hit in the United States and continues to be. So it's just a joy from beginning to end.
Wow. And when it's here, it's going to be at the Regent Theatre, which I'm told is a bucket list venue for you.
It is. My first ever musical was across the street at the Athenaeum, which is a much smaller theatre but a beautiful theatre, and I was doing Shane Warne the musical back then. And every time we came out about 10 minutes before Wicked came down, which was playing at the Regent across the street, and every afternoon we would look across at the horses and carriages lined up, and people would come out, and you can't do that anymore, it's illegal, which is good, but you know, people would go on a horse and carriage ride, and I was like, how do the horse and carriages know to go to Wicked? And I was like, just some shows are horse and carriage shows and some shows aren't.
To get a horse and carriage to Warnie?
Yeah, I know. Look at a horse and carriage stuff. But I mean, I don't think...
Is this a horse and carriage show?
Someone pointed out that it might be like a hearse and carriage.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so maybe that's what's going on.
Hugely successful. 8 Tony nominations, including one for yourself for Best Original Score. Do you ever stop and go, doing pretty good for a kid from Melbourne?
Every day, every minute, every day, I'm so grateful for... You know, the reality is that Beetlejuice did not start strong. You know, we started out of town in Washington, D.C. We got some really brutal reviews. We did a lot of rewriting. We brought the show into Broadway. We got mixed reviews. It was really hard to communicate what the show was. But getting nominated for all those Tonys was lovely and you know, a big ego stroke. But the thing that it gave us was 3 minutes at the Tonys to perform. And the producers allowed me to rewrite the entire lyric for the opening number to be about Beetlejuice crashing the Tony Awards. And we did something that nobody's really done at the Tonys, which is to custom make a song to fit that occasion. And we released the album at the same time, and the album went gangbusters. So we managed to kind of communicate what the show was, that it was a fast, sort of, you know, bleak, macabre, funny, dark show.
There's been no cast announcements made, although may I widely speculate, Eddie Perfect, are you going to be jumping into the role of Beetlejuice because you're halfway dressed?
Well, I love the faith you have in me to do it.
I do.
As much as I would love to just, like, sit at home eating Thai food while someone else does a show, it's still a long way off. It's still 2025. So we don't have any cast announcements. We don't have any cast yet.
Well, it's enough time to practice the line from Beetlejuice. You're wearing the striped shirt. Can you try on a bit of a showtime kind of for us?
All right.
Here we go.
It's showtime. Like that? That was a little bit more. That was a bit more jazz than I wanted to do.
Perfect for the stage.
Yeah.
Perfect for the stage.
Tickets to Beetlejuice, the musical, will be available in 2024. But get on the wait list now so you don't miss out.
Yes.
Eddie Perfect.
Thank you.